Hello, my name is Grant Shamlin. Today my group and I would like to inform you about the good benefits of genetically modified organisms, aka GMOs. People enjoy their products in many reasonable ways.
I'm Sydney Gray, and I have chose the topic on why GM foods or genetically modified organisms are good for third world countries. The thing that I support is that genetically modified foods give third world countries food, and genetically modified foods appear to be healthy, safe, and they are regulated closely. As of 2003, according to the FDA, more than 81% of the food that we eat in the United States is genetically modified. So you have been consuming genetically modified foods for quite some time, and if you're hearing this speech, no, they haven't killed you. Starvation is common in third world countries where poor people rely on a single crop, such as rice, for the main staple of their diet. However, rice does not contain ample amounts of all necessary nutrients to prevent starvation. If rice could be genetically modified to contain additional vitamins and minerals, nutrition lacking could be lessened. For example, blindness due to vitamin A lacking of food is a common problem in third world countries. Researchers at the Swiss Federal Institute of Technology Institute for Plant Sciences have created a strain of golden rice containing an unusually high content of beta-carotene, or vitamin A. Since this rice was funded by the Rockefeller Foundation, a nonprofit organization, the institute hopes to offer the golden rice seed free to any third world country that requests it. Plans were underway to develop a golden rice that also has increased iron content. However, the grant that funded the creation of these two rice strains was not renewed, perhaps the vigorous anti-GM food protesting in Europe, and so this nutritionally enhanced rice may not come to market at all. Third world countries need GM foods. Without them, we as human population will decrease. We live in a world where the population of our species is immense and escalating, estimated to reach 8 billion by 2015. That's 8,000 million. The resources of food that we expend on a daily basis are therefore understandably needed. And so in conclusion, GM foods are too much of a tool to get rid of. We are helping the third world countries, and us too. Next is a little more about third world countries by Elizabeth Way.
There are 850 million people in the world that are suffering hunger, and something that would help is genetically modified foods. Third world countries will probably need it most. The genetically modified foods include minerals and vitamins they don't usually get, which will make their health better. Some farmers might have poor soil, but the seeds can grow in that soil too. This will help farmers there. Once the crop is picked, it has better quality, it will last longer without rotting, and taste better than organic crops. And when the third world countries' farmers just plant a few seeds, the plants will produce more seeds. Many third world countries get cold and their crops die, but the genetically modified foods are tolerant, which means they can survive in cold weather. And if the area has pollution problems, the GMFs can clean up the air and environment from contaminated soil. Medicine and vaccine need special storage that third world countries don't have. But genetically modified foods has vaccines injected into it, so it's edible and easier to ship. GMFs are very important to third world countries. Next is Donovan Brenner.
The positives on GMOs are, now that the plants have GMO, the plants are disease resistant, pest resistant, and they even have herbicide tolerance. They even have better nutrition. Even though you might think that's too much land to use, well, they don't even need that much land. And they don't need that much water either. So, thanks to the GMOs, we can get food fed faster. We can end world hunger with GMOs. Can anyone disagree with ending world hunger? Plus, with GMOs, we can get more yields of meat, eggs, and milk. Oh, and by the way, thanks to GMOs, farmers don't need to worry about where they even plant it. So, in conclusion, better nutrition, No need to worry about disease, and the GMOs can go almost anywhere. Why would people make stuff that hurt other people? 5% of the world's food is not GMOs. It hasn't hurt us yet, so why worry? The lunch food has GMOs, and you ate it. Thank you. Here's Ethan Harding.
Okay. GMOs are cheap. GMOs are great because they are cheaper. These great little objects are cheaper because the stuff they put in the plants and animals make them so much bigger in a smaller amount of time. Then the plants or animals can be huge and farmers won't have to spend as much on feed because they won't be alive as long. Or if a plant, you won't have to spend as much money on pesticides because they already have them inside. And pesticides are costly. It is a big burden on farmers. When they sell them, since there is such a large amount of crops, they are sold for less, which is okay for farmers because they sell a whole lot more for less land. Less land, less taxes. Like there is a rice plant that is genetically modified to produce 5 times as much food as non-GMO rice plants. Also, if these GMOs are cheaper, it helps the already terrible economy to get better. If these GMOs are cheaper, people can buy them for less, so you can use your money on to buy something fun. If you are poor, you could get money, an important thing for life, cheaper. If you get food, an important thing for life, cheaper. If you have a problem with your health, you could spend the money you saved on your GMOs on the medicine to help you. These GMOs could help people live and get them their food cheap. This could help end world hunger. Poor countries spend 50% of their income on food. With GMOs, that number will be smaller. With GMOs being cheap, you can get more items with high fructose corn syrup, which means you can make your favorite foods cheaper and stay good longer. Atlantic salmon is the animal that has GMOs in it. And you know how it is cold in the Atlantic Ocean? They made the fish have more cold resistance.
GMOs make food grow faster. GMOs help animals such as chicken grow faster so the farmer will not have to work as long as they used to. So we will get more food quicker. Many GMOs can be modified to endure high levels of stress. Plants are being engineered to produce vaccines, proteins, and other pharmaceutical products. Crops have an enhanced taste and quality. GMOs have improved resistance of disease, pests, and herbicides. So, if you eat GMOs, you won't get disease. These wonderful products grow at extremely high rate speed, and you won't get disease. So this food is really healthy. Not only do chickens grow faster, but the plants also grow extremely fast too. So we will have a lot of vegetables and meat in a really short time. I hope you all like GMOs because they're really healthy and tasty. Next up, Grant Shamblin.
Everyone on the planet would probably eventually eat genetically modified organisms in their foods. You have learned that they help us in several positive ways, like making foods tastier, less germy, and bigger, for an example, like the McDonald's Big Mac. These foods are all fine if you limit yourself when eating them. Just eat some every once in a while and enjoy it when you eat it. Loads of people eat GMOs in their food every day and nothing is wrong with them. Also, if you do worry, think about the positive benefits they give us. Instead of a Big Mac, you could end up with a less tasty, germy, smaller hamburger with bland vegetables and a small amount of blander meat. Think about that when you enjoy a tasty, germ-free Big Mac so you know about what the alternative would be if it were not genetically modified. I hope this program was helpful to you and that you now know the positivity and importance of genetically modified organisms in food. Thank you so much for watching. Goodbye.